guys, my name is Osamagbe Izevbigie, probably called Osama. My name is actually Osama, and I've been nominated for the KLAT Awards. The category, Cultural Hero. OTID was not set up as a community interest company. It was not to like move the culture, kind of. That wasn't the motivation, and I will explain. There's this funny saying that no woman gets to the hospital and you're surprised that you're in the labor room, right? So the saying is that no woman gets to the labor room and then they are surprised because there's been a 9 months build up to it. But for me and OTID, I think that's the situation I am in. We never set out to be a community leader or to champion any cause, really. There was a gap in the market, but every promoter before us always negotiated from a place of weakness, because even though they were black promoters, they did not understand the power in the strength of what they had. So it's a case of, why don't you go to the venues and tell them, we have 10,000 black people in Cardiff, we can put on these events. But they always went from this really timid point of view, oh, please help the community. OTID is the intersection where commerce meets culture. It's very possible for you to help the community and still own. A lot of black people, a lot of black promoters, they come to me and tell me, oh, this venue that we've worked with for 3 months, for 4 months, they no longer want to work with us after we built it. That was the story for several years before OTID started. So thank God the byproduct of it is that we've done a lot. The Afrowales Music Festival, workshops, mentorships, but that was not really the motivation, and I'll be honest. That's why when I saw the nomination for Cultural Hero, it was mixed feelings, because in the process of doing this, I've done a lot for the culture, but my motivation was that black people can invest diligently in business, do it right, and still benefit the community. One risk is not one, is multiple. So little, and then they accumulate. And the very first one was coming to Wales as a teenager, without friends, family, nobody here, no safety nets. And I remember my best friend till today, Victor, I slept in his house the very first night I was in Wales because I could not afford a place and had not booked anywhere to stay. And that's, he always made reference to the fact that if I didn't meet him, I would have been homeless. But that for me, looking back, is crazy, because I just knew I was going to make it work. And I came here to study sound engineering and live event production. I'll be passionate about it and doing it well, again, as a black cultural entrepreneur, which is what I'm now called. But the main risk for me is not holding back, and sometimes you don't really have to calculate everything all the way through to the end, because no matter how much you really plan, it's never going to go as planned. The ability to adapt is what has kept OTID going on. Nothing, like I always tell my guys, it's just hard work and don't give up, right? There's nothing special. I don't think I'm special in any way, shape or form. I just think when most people stop, I just keep going. And where the vision of OTID is going to be is morphing from entertainment and getting into other things, like sports, for example, with the Cymru Unleashed project that we're doing this year. It's been marvelous, entering into a different territory, new, problems there. However, still very similar across the board about getting underrepresented minority people to the stages that matter, right? So not telling the young girls you can be a referee, they learn how to be a referee and a coach, and then they never actually coach. I'm telling them you can get to the highest level. Do not settle for the win that you're given. So there's still a lot of it to be done, even within my space, right? With OTID, I don't want to be in rooms because, I have to check a box. I want to be in the room because OTID Entertainment as a company is good at what we do. We are good at what we do. It's the same thing for me as Osamagbe. Do not invite me into the room, or don't bring me on a particular table because I'm black. No, I should be there because I deserve to be there. I'm good at what I do, and I'm meant to be on the table. I'm not an idiot. I'm this higher. So that's how I say it. Interesting. You see, as show promoters, as well as people in the event space and media space, I always say this, honestly, OTID is a big family. and we have the creatives. Ego, Ola, Playboy, Kuti, all of those guys, they are the creatives, right? For me, my job is to just make sure we are all going towards the common goal. But as for KLAT has done something extraordinary, right? Especially in Wales, championing creativity across different sectors, across different ethnic minority groups. Big up Tai. I remember the first time I met him, the bond was that I was talking to another young black person like myself that was saying, we are not just going to do this thing to fill in a quota, but we're going to enter the business and this game and do it well, right? Emphasis on that, and I think that was one shared thing that I have with Taye. Every time I call him, that spark is always there. His genuine passion to help creatives, across different races, across different ethnicities, and they've done a very fantastic job. And as for OTID Entertainment and Afrowales, we do our bit, which is why later this year we'll be announcing a small fund to help promoters from ethnic minority backgrounds get into the business. Because I wish when I started out, I had somebody to support me and guide me through that listening process. I think Victor sent it to me. And what he wrote was, as he would, like a little funny thing, was like, oh shit, this is a hero. For a minute, I was like, I don't think I'm a hero though. I don't see myself as that guy, because I'm just a regular young lad from Lagos, come here to find a better future for myself and, make my family proud, and the people that support me, make them proud. But I guess over time, you really do, and then you become. A touching moment for me recently was at St. Fagans, the launch of Black History Wales. This young girl with face painting, grey, white, green, she walks up to me and she says, I know you. I want to be a presenter. And I was staring at her like, why are you telling me? And her mom comes and says, Osama, please, my girl wants to get into this, your space. And it was touching because she's like 12 and she already sees me as, somebody to look up to. And sometimes I'm not going to lie to you to say I saw this coming and all of that, but we do, and then we indeed become, and I'm humbled. But like I said on my Instagram page, on my social media, if you're a young person, you're chasing your dreams, you're going through anxiety or the fear of what's going to happen in the future, and you still find a way to show up and do what you have to do, you are the real MVP. That is a win. Surviving is this and winning. So shout out to yourself. You are the cultural hero as well. It feels good because I'll be there for the food. I'll be there for the canapes. I'll be there for the drinks on arrival. I'll be there, with my team, because OTID Entertainment is sponsoring the event of the year. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm going to be there for all the glitz and glamour. And as for being a cultural hero, you are the cultural hero. Any young person out there that is striving, working hard, trying to make sure they do their best for the community, even though you're going through it, it's okay. We all go through it, right? I've had my share bit of, crazy stuff. But if you're doing all of that and you're still turning up, you are the cultural hero. You are the cultural hero. I will thank the OTID family and I'll thank myself. Thank me for going through borrowing money to put on events, losing money, going to a care job for 12 hours, doing this when I couldn't pay my rent, doing this when I had to squat at my friend's house for 2 years. I don't say this to big up myself or to sound cocky, but so somebody else in that situation would know it is normal, it's part of the process, right? The only reason why I'm here is because I didn't stop. There's nothing special about me. So if you're going through it, you're the hero as well.